Hey, Zach. I'm here for that appointment for the child safe kit.
Yeah,
Awesome. Do you mind if we go ahead and go sit at your kitchen table? I have a laptop.
sure. Just right over
Perfect.
here.
These dogs are so cute. Where'd you get this blanket?
I got it from a gift from my mother.
Aw, your mom.
Yeah, for
Birthday?
Christmas.
Oh, Christmas. That's even better.
Yeah,
You have a good Christmas?
I did. Yeah,
Good. Feels like the year went by so fast after Christmas. Like things have just been a whirlwind.
it's true.
Yeah.
It's been raining a little more than I care for, but
Yeah, oh my god, the rain is terrible. You've been keeping dry though, right? Nobody's gotten like a cold or anything.
no, just a few leaky ceilings.
Oh, leaky ceilings?
Yeah.
What the heck? It's crazy.
Yeah.
Alright. So, really quickly, I just want to make sure before we get too much into this, I know in the system your name is Zach. Is that with a H or a K?
H.
Okay, perfect. And then in the system, it was, I think, Lovell?
Yes.
Perfect. Alright. And then, are you a winter baby?
No, I'm summer.
Summer?
June 23rd,
June 23rd,
1996.
1996. I was just about to guess that. You look a lot younger, though.
Yeah, it's I'm still in college, so.
Oh, yeah?
Mhm.
Where are you going to school?
Texas Women's.
Texas Women's? What are you doing over there?
I'm in my first semester of clinical mental health counseling.
Wow. Are you just now getting into the program? Or I heard it's a pretty long program.
It's I think 2.5 years
2.5
if I
years.
take the full class load, but since I have a little one, it might be a little bit skewed,
Okay,
so it might take a little longer.
well, that's fair. I mean, honestly, with a kid running around and I'm seeing all these video games over here, you must not want to have your whole day taken up with school.
No, definitely not.
So I'm seeing a Switch here. So and some Legend of Zelda stuff. You play Legend of Zelda
I do. Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild. How are you liking that? I haven't played that yet.
It's different from the other Zelda games. I
Yeah.
would say, yeah. If you play it, then expect more of an open world experience than what you're used to.
Open world. It's like a sandboxy.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I wouldn't have expected that. But that's pretty cool. You and the kiddo play any games?
Yeah. We've got Just Dance, Kirby, Mario Party.
Ooh.
It's my brain's a little rummy. I don't remember the rest of them.
That's okay. I'm seeing some of the Mario amiibos. Did you get Odyssey?
Oh yeah, Odyssey.
Odyssey? Yeah. Oh my gosh, that game looks so cute.
Actually, I think Tyler lent that to his friend, and we haven't gotten it back since.
Aw. That's okay. I mean, honestly, with kids, you kind of gotta expect it, right? They always borrow stuff.
They sure do.
Well, okay. Before we get too much into it, because I'd love to talk about video games all day, but I'm sure you have a whole bunch of others like schoolwork, and I'm sure you got to pick up Tyler at some point because I haven't seen him yet.
Yeah, no, he's with his friends right now.
Oh, okay, probably playing Mario Odyssey.
I hope so.
I would hope so too. But anyways, this is going to be a 3-part program. So obviously, I'm going to show you the no-cost benefits that you asked for. That's the child safe kit, and then just by asking for the child safe kit, you also get a accidental death and dismemberment policy at no cost to you. And I'll explain that a little bit as we get into it. The second part's going to basically be sponsoring people for the same benefits that you're getting today. And then the third one is just going to be some additional benefits that you may qualify for. But first and foremost, we're going to get you that child safe kit. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So, once my computer decides to actually get with the program, sorry, my brain's also kind of getting a little rummy. I apologize. Since everybody's been kind of working with us, we're a very community-oriented company. So the Child Safe Kids, the Accidental Death and Dismemberment Policy, all of those things, they chose to work with us for a reason, and I'm actually going to show you a video as to what that reason is, okay?
Okay.
Congratulations! American Income Life is proud to deliver
You see
your
it okay?
valuable
Yeah.
benefit package, including the Child Safe Kits you requested. American Income Life is a member of Torchmark Corporation, a financial services holding company listed on the New York Stock Exchange. We are an international company with thousands of representatives. We work with more than 20,000 organizations, including professionals such as teachers, firefighters, policemen, as well as veterans, which represent more than 2 million policyholders. When selecting an insurance company, customers want a company they can depend upon to pay claims. We have earned the A+ superior rating for overall financial strength from AM Best Company, one of the country's oldest and most respected insurance ratings companies. Your representative will show you the valuable offers and benefits available to you today.
All right. Does that video make sense?
Yes.
Perfect. So now that you know a little bit more about our company, the next video I'm going to show you is just going to explain about my company's culture and why I'm here.
Okay.
At AIL, giving back is our core philosophy. From the home office staff to our field representatives around the world, helping others is at the foundation of our company. One of the ways we give back to the communities we work in is by providing food to families in need. In fact, your representative will ask you to donate a canned food item today for our local food bank. Our Closer to the Heart program of charitable giving was founded in 2012 as an added way to give back to the communities where we live, work, and visit. We partner with local organizations and help by making financial donations and participating in hands-on volunteer projects whenever possible. Other ways we give back to the communities where we live and work include providing no-cost benefits that help working people in areas of need in their everyday lives, and offering a no-cost individual or family needs analysis, which assists families in the prevention of potential economic disasters. With this philosophy, we are also proud to serve our community by providing an exciting and rewarding opportunity to those living within it.
After graduate school, a close friend of mine that was working with American Income Life suggested that I interview with the company. After having a chance to learn about the company, I fell in love with its mission and its culture of serving people. I've been with the company for 10 years now. I love the fact that I can have the opportunity to operate as if I'm owning my own business and at the same time have the support of a large international company. I would absolutely recommend that anybody share this opportunity with close friends and family members. It could change their lives as it's changed mine.
You probably know someone who is unemployed, underemployed, or dissatisfied with their current job. We're looking for self-motivated, career-minded people who love making a difference and helping others. Who do you know that is looking for a long-term career opportunity or just desires a better life for themselves and their family?
Alright, so as the video said, we're a company that believes that if we're going to be working in a community, we want to be constantly giving back to that community. And one of the ways that we do that is actually by providing a career opportunity for anybody who's looking for a career change, a first-time career, or even just first-time employment. So before we get into the 3-part program, I wanted to ask you real quick, did you have any family, friends, co-workers, neighbors that might be looking for a career change at the moment?
I'm actually unemployed right now.
You are?
Yeah.
Dang, well, let's go ahead. I can put you down in here. We do run interviews pretty frequently, so what I can do, I can just put down your first name, your last name, and your phone number, and I can get into contact with you about an interview a little later on.
Okay.
Perfect. The one that you put on the child safe kit, is that the same one that you usually use?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. And then, did you have any other people in your life, like any siblings in the area or anything?
Maybe my little brother.
Little brother, how little?
He's turning 18 in June.
18 in June. Okay. So, let's see. We do hire people who are 18 and older. So we might be able to give him a call later in June.
Okay.
Perfect. I'll go ahead. I'm just going to put him down and put a note on that a little later. And then what? His phone number? You're totally giving me that phone number right now, right?
Insert phone number here.
Excellent. Perfect. Thank you. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and send these over, and we'll get into contact with you guys. But for him a little later than you, obviously.
Right.
All right. Perfect. So this next video is basically going to explain the child safe kit to you, and then we'll just get right on ahead with that.
Okay.
You've had that feeling. You took your eyes off your child for just a moment to answer a phone, then you couldn't find them. Your stomach sank. Your heart nearly stopped. You began to panic. But when you turned around, there they were, running back to you, safe and sound. But what if you hadn't been so lucky? According to the FBI, acting quickly is a missing child's best chance for being found. It's a frightening reality. 93% of abducted children are killed within the first 24 hours. How do you give authorities all they need to know to find your child without losing precious time? Do you know your child's height? Do you have a current photo of your child? Can you provide fingerprints for your child? Your answer to these questions may be yes, but is this critical information in one easy-to-find location? To give your child every chance to be found as early as possible, we're giving you a no-cost child safe kit for each child in your home. This is our way of serving families in the community. Our child safe kit is endorsed by the International Union of Police Associations, the American Federation of School Administrators, and the American Federation of Teachers. Our child safe kit is a convenient way to record comprehensive information about your child, so authorities can help find your child quickly, such as your child's name, birth date, and address, blood type, medications, and allergies, your name and contact information, physical description, including any birthmarks or other identifying features that will help authorities identify your child quicker, DNA sample. The child safe kit also comes with an inking strip so you can fingerprint your child and find them quickly, and a place to attach your child's photo. We recommend updating your child's photo every 6 to 12 months. Your representative will give you a child safe kit for every child in your household. We recommend that you complete the child safe kit after your representative leaves today and keep it in a safe and convenient location that you can access quickly. It could literally save the life of your child.
All right, so
No.
I'm gonna go ahead and that video is kind of hardcore, right?
Yeah, 93%. That's crazy.
It's insane. It really is. I'm gonna go ahead. So this is the fingerprint strip that they kind of showed you in the video a little bit. Obviously, since your kid isn't here, we won't have you. We won't wait around until they get home. Just open up that little strip there for the ink, and then just have them go through it. If they're a little squirmy, some of my other coworkers recommend that you wait until they're asleep, so then they're not moving around and everything. I know I personally don't have a kid, so I'm just gonna pass on this information through me. I'm just a messenger.
Okay.
And then I know the video showed you the physical one, which I do also have over here, but we actually updated it. So now it's on your phone, so you can have it even quicker and even easier. So really quick, are you an Android person or an Apple person?
Android.
Android, perfect. So I'll have you go get your phone, and you'll just go to the Google Play Store.
Okay, I'm doing that right now.
Perfect. All right. Yeah, and then you're gonna go ahead. You're gonna look up Child Safe Kit.
Okay, this one.
Yep, the one that looks like the red yield sign. Perfect. Go ahead and download that for me.
Okay, downloading.
Perfect. Awesome. All right. Did you have any questions on the fingerprint strip or anything in video?
No. Pretty
Okay.
straightforward.
Perfect. All right. And then now that that's downloadable, go ahead and go into that. You'll make your profile real quick.
Okay.
Okay. Perfect. Once it gives you that code, you'll want to put 24 in front of it. So just to kind of keep you in the know.
24, okay.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay, and then I'll go ahead. Hang on, let me get my phone here. Then here's a QR code that you'll need to activate it. Perfect.
Okay.
Awesome. All right, so we're actually going to skip the child profile for now just because it's a lot of information. You know, I'm sure you kind of saw in the video they do have you put down medical information and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And obviously, you know, we want to give you plenty of time. So I'll go ahead and close out of that. So this is the dashboard. You'll see that it has the child profiles. That's where your child's profile is going to appear.
Mm-hmm.
If you have any sort of babysitters or anybody who watches your child, you'll see them right down here at the bottom. You can add them in there so that then if anything happens underneath their watch, you can send your child's profile straight to them and they can send it to authorities as well.
Okay.
Down over in this little middle thing, it actually has the resources, so if for any reason you can't reach me and you have a question or anything, sometimes this can actually answer a little faster. So there's that, and then I actually have something that's part of the second part of the program, which is right here. It's share the app. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do, I'm gonna let the app into your contacts for a sec.
Okay.
And we're going to go down through the list. We're going to select at least 10 people that has kids in this list that might also appreciate getting this child safe kit, okay?
Okay.
All right. Perfect. And then I'm seeing, how about Adam over here? Does he have any kids?
Yeah.
Perfect. We'll go ahead and get him too. And then Cindy. Good. Perfect. Okay, yeah, James. James is a nice name.
James, yeah.
Perfect. He a friend of yours?
Yes.
More of a coworker, maybe? Yeah, don't think about it.
More like a neighbor.
Neighbor.
Neighbors can be friends depending on how you feel.
Depending on the noise level, right?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. And then let me go ahead. Mind if I see it real quick?
Okay.
Perfect. Sorry, I've been in the phone business for a little bit, so I can do this a little faster. So Adam, is he another neighbor?
No, he's my kid's friend's dad.
Oh, okay, perfect. Then I'm assuming he lives over here in Denton too?
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Awesome. All right, now that that's done, and I have all that done, I'm going to show you just what the text message is going to look like. That's exactly what's going to be sent to them. Just lets them know that, hey, someone's going to be in contact with them to schedule an appointment to get that child safe kit out to them, because we do sit down with everybody.
Okay.
Perfect. All right, then here's that back for you. Thank you so much for letting me borrow that.
Thank you.
I'm surprised I didn't get super confused. I'm an Apple guy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so then this next video is basically going to explain that accidental death and dismemberment benefit that I had mentioned to you earlier.
Okay.
We see the headlines every day. Drunk driver kills wife and mother. Accidental shooting proves fatal. ATV accident claims life. Just the thought of an accident taking the life of a loved one is very troubling. It is also troubling how frequently an accident takes the life of someone. And when you consider that millions of people seek medical attention for accidental injuries each year, you want to protect your family, both physically and financially. We are happy to be here today to deliver your no-cost AD&D policy to you. We recommend you keep this in a safe place with your other important papers.
Okay. So no, that one's a little heavy. So one of the reasons that we actually get this out to people with the Child Safe Kit is just to make sure that if anything were to happen to the parent, that everything's still taken care of a little bit. So I'm gonna sort of explain this to you. It's right over here. I'm gonna go ahead and put some X's down here. I'll explain that a little bit later.
Okay.
But basically what this is, it's two things. So for you, it's a living benefit. That means if anything were to happen to you in an accident and you lost your hand, your foot, or even sight in one of your eyes, you would get $1,000, half the policy. And then if you were to lose a combination of any of the two, you'd get that full $2,000. And then for your loved one, your beneficiary, do you know who your beneficiary would be? Anybody who would be taking care of your kid? If you
Probably
were to
my
pass?
mom.
Your mom? Okay. So basically for your mom, if anything were to happen to you and you were to die in an accident, your mom would be able to get the full $2,000, which, I know isn't an exuberant amount of money, but it'll definitely help her kind of get everything adjusted for when she has to take care of your kid, and it's not too much for both of them, because we do want to help out your kid as much as we can.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So really quickly, all these X's that you see, if you'll go ahead and fill out the information, name, the street address, all that fun stuff.
All right.
Perfect. Awesome. And then you'll want to go ahead and put your name here and then sign here. Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. And then don't worry about that part. I fill out the other side later. But really quick, now I'll go ahead. I'm going to flip this over. So basically, what we also have you do before we leave is get 2 emergency contacts. So in the event that you and your mom were to die in a common accident, we would know who to call.
Okay.
So really quickly, who would be your first contact?
Does my stepdad count?
Yeah.
So my stepdad,
Okay, and I'll put that down. What's his name?
Jace
Jace
Nicholson.
Nicholson. He's your stepdad. And then what's his phone number?
Insert phone number here.
Perfect. All right. And then how about your second one?
My grandma,
Your grandma?
Yeah.
Perfect. And what's her name?
Sue Davis.
Sue Davis. And that's your grandma. And then her phone number is...
Insert phone number here.
Perfect. And that's insert phone number here, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. So, now that that's all done, I do have one last one. And I'm going to go ahead and explain that to you, which
Okay.
is basically, this is the discount card. It is not supposed to replace any sort of health coverage you already have. It's just a supplement to help you out. And basically what that is it's a program designed to help decrease any sort of out-of-pocket expenses. So anything from your prescriptions, your hearing, your vision, and your chiropractic services, it can take as much as 60% in some cases.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I know. I had a client actually call me at one point and tell me that apparently they were able to use it to get like $100 off their glasses.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So I'll go ahead and show that to you. So you'll want to go ahead and tear that out real quick. So this, you'll just want to fill that out up here, or you can go to the provided website, the AI Life /discount card, and then just take a couple minutes on that site to get you registered, and then that's going to be able to give you that card for you or even anybody at this address for a full year. Okay? And then I'll also go ahead and mention the Gold program just because I thought it was pretty cool. Obviously, the basic program that comes at no cost to you, but if you were interested in also getting all the basic benefits as well as dental stuff, it also has some nursing and like some travel assistance in there. That's just going to be $24.95 for the first year. And then if you want to continue it, if that sounds good to you, it's only $49.95, and that's yearly. Okay, but
That is nice.
It's a pretty nice little deal. And I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm gonna leave this right over here so I don't accidentally take it home with me. All right. I don't know why HP is trying to bother me while I'm doing all this, but now that that's all done, so this next video is just gonna guide us into the second part of that program for the sponsorship. I'm gonna play a little bit. It's just gonna explain how you have the opportunity to sponsor everybody. Okay?
Okay.
Perfect.
To the value, overwhelming need, and positive response for these no-cost benefits. American Income Life is allowing you the privilege to sponsor friends, family, co-workers, and neighbors to receive similar benefits at no cost. Most families are eager to share these valuable benefits. Who would you like to sponsor first?
Yeah. So as the video mentioned, we do let you sponsor any sort of friends, family, even co-workers. Really, even if you aren't too cozy with them, we still want to get out all this to everybody so everybody can, share what you have.
Okay.
So basically, I know this is showing over here. I actually have a little homework sheet. If you could think of at least 10 people that you didn't yet sponsor for the Child Safe Kit and you wanted them to receive the accidental death and dismemberment policy or the discount card, either of those, you can go ahead and put them all on the sheet. We're looking for at least 10. If you could think of any more, obviously we can use the back. That's no problem.
Sure.
Perfect. So there we go. Let me fill that out.
Okay.
Perfect. And then, perfect.
Here you go.
Thank you. And then really quickly, this person's a friend?
Yes.
Perfect. And then another friend, coworker,
Family member.
family. Perfect. And then this one is also a friend.
Yeah, it's a friend.
Okay, perfect. And then just so I know around the general area, because I like to, plan things accordingly, make sure everything is all right. This person lives in Denton?
That one does, yes.
Okay. And then the family member, I'm going to guess Frisco.
Yeah.
Frisco. Okay, perfect. And then coworker, so Denton?
Yep.
Okay. Perfect. All right. So, with everybody that you sponsor today, we're actually going to see them separately just because the needs for certain benefits are going to be different depending on each family. So the person I saw before you might not have the same needs as you. The person I see after you might not have the same needs. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Perfect. So this next video is just going to explain the need for those benefits.
Okay.
Since birth, you have spent each day preparing for the future. Each milestone the result of hard work and planning. But have you prepared financially for the inevitable? The top 5 causes of death in America are heart disease, cancer, stroke, chronic lower respiratory diseases, and accidents, unintentional injuries. Life changes in a heartbeat. Are you prepared? Life insurance can help take care of your family financially, so they won't be burdened with outstanding expenses when you die. But many of us don't understand how life insurance works, the types of life insurance, or how our needs change as our lives change. First, let's look at how life insurance works. Life insurance pays a specific benefit amount upon your death. You choose the benefit amount that is right for your family based on your needs. The top 2 reasons people purchase life insurance are to pay for final expenses and to help cover the loss of income in the event of an unexpected death. People also purchase life insurance for mortgage protection, so their family won't lose their home due to a breadwinner's loss of income. Additionally, many people purchase life insurance in the event they die. They help ensure their children can pay for their education. It's guaranteed that everyone will die. The only unknown is when. your family be able to maintain their standard of living and achieve the dreams you share? The next step is for our representative to do a needs analysis to help make sure you're prepared.
Okay, so as the video mentioned, we call the third part the needs analysis, which I'm basically just going to ask you a couple questions, get a little bit of information in here, and we're going to see what the computer says.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Perfect. So I have you in here. I don't yet have Tyler. That's spelled Tyler.
Yes.
Perfect. And does he share your last name?
Yes.
Perfect. All right, and then, like I mentioned, I don't really have kids, so how old is a first grader usually? How old is he?
10.
10? All right, and then, when was he born?
January 8th.
January, so he is a winter baby.
He is, yes. However many years 10 was ago. 2000...
That should be 2009?
I'm a horrible parent. Yeah, it's 2009, I think.
That's okay. Honestly, it's kind of embarrassing. Sometimes I don't even remember my mom's birth year. It's bad.
I don't even remember what day it is half the time.
Oh, I'm glad I'm not the only person. Honestly, it makes me feel so bad sometimes. All right, so I'm about to ask you a couple health questions. So sorry for being invasive.
Sure.
Have you or the child ever had internal cancer over the last 2 years?
No.
Okay. Insulin diabetes?
Nope.
Cardiovascular disease? So any sort of heart attack, stroke?
No.
Okay. And then I don't see an oxygen tanker. Either of you guys using oxygen?
Mm-mm.
Okay. And then any terminal illness?
Mm-mm. No.
Okay. And then I hope neither of you have Alzheimer's.
No.
And have you used any form of tobacco or nicotine in the last 12 months?
Nope.
Okay, no vaping, right?
No vaping.
Okay. And then, how's your record? Are you currently on probation or parole?
No.
Arrested or convicted of a DUI? I will tell.
No.
Okay. All right. So, now some more serious questions.
Okay.
So, what's your monthly take-home pay? Is that for taxes and everything?
Is that from last year? Because I lost my job.
Oh, yeah. We'll go ahead and put it in for last year.
600, I think.
600. Okay. And then,
I work in retail.
oh yeah. What'd you used to do?
I worked at Target.
Target?
Yeah.
Just regular red shirt business? That's what they call them, right? Red shirts?
Yes.
Okay. I used to work at Target. I hope everything was kind of the same.
It wasn't terrible.
Yeah. I hope it isn't a short topic, but what happened?
They started cutting my hours a lot, so I couldn't work with them anymore.
Oh, well, that's fair. So you left just sort of looking for something better.
Yeah, and I got promised a different job by a family member, but it didn't end up working out, so maybe American Income Life will.
Yeah, maybe. I'm excited to work with you for a little bit. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead, since we don't really have a job right now, we don't really have any life insurance through work then. How about outside of work? Do you have any insurance?
I have car insurance. Does that count?
Oh, no, just life insurance.
Nope, no life insurance.
Great. And then, it's a nice house. Do you own the house, or are you renting?
Renting.
Renting. Okay. Perfect. And then, I hope we have a checking account.
Yes.
Okay. I know I mentioned it on the phone, but sometimes, Alright. So, I'm gonna let the program run through a little bit.
Okay.
There we go. Alright. So this is a mandatory read-off letter real quick. I'm just gonna read that off to you. basically what it's saying is, if we're going through these benefits today and you're sitting here nodding your head thinking to yourself, wow, these are some great benefits, I can really see how they're gonna help me and my family, we'll go ahead and have you apply today while I'm here. On the flip side, if you're going through these benefits and you're thinking to yourself, wow, these are some great benefits, but I just don't know how they're going to fill any for me and my family right now, we'll ask you not to apply. Either way, yes or no, we do ask that a decision be made today, just in fairness to all the other members waiting to be seen.
Okay.
The best part about this is that it's a no-brainer, so by the end of the presentation, you're not going to know how you feel. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'll know like roughly how much it's gonna cost.
Oh yeah, we'll go through everything. I'm gonna explain what you'd be paying for, and then I'll show you
Okay.
what's going on. Perfect. So, the first thing that this pulled up is the final expense protection. So let me go ahead and ask you, if you were to die today, who would be paying for your funeral?
My mom.
Your mom.
Mm-hmm.
And does she know that?
Yes.
She does. Good. That's good. Does she have anything saved up for it or anything?
Not really, no. She's kind of in debt.
I see. Well, I'm going to go ahead and show this video to you.
Okay.
It's basically going to explain how this program is going to be able to help your mom, help pay for that funeral if you were to pass, okay?
Okay.
The warmth of family is one of the most beautiful and valued things in life. For this reason, saying goodbye to a loved one can be difficult, and even more so when we are not prepared. The emotional distress adds to the financial burden. It can be devastating to lose the family savings or even the family inheritance. The average cost of a funeral continues to rise, and these expenses can be higher depending on where you live. Keep in mind that funeral and cemetery expenses increase each year due to inflation and other economic factors. At 4% a year for the next 20 years, the cost of a funeral will have risen above $30,000. Expenses become even more overwhelming when you consider that Social Security only pays a $255 death benefit, and that's if you qualify. That still leaves all of the expenses for your family to cover. The last thing we want is to leave our loved ones in this kind of situation when we perish, isn't it? That's why it is important to anticipate for future events with preparation. Otherwise, who would be responsible for those unforeseen and sometimes escalating expenses that no one is ready for? We all want our last goodbye to bring comfort and leave a loving memory of us in the hearts of our loved ones. However, these good feelings can be diminished when we do not have coverage for final expenses, and a burden is presented that could mean thousands and thousands of dollars. For this situation, American Income Life recommends our whole life policy along with the Freedom of Choice certificate. The process is simple and can be used to cover your final expenses up to the face value of your policy. Your beneficiary takes the certificate to the chosen funeral home, agrees to the service details, and writes the total amount on the back, signs it, and hands the certificate to the funeral home director. When the service is needed, the funeral home director calls the number on the certificate to speak directly to a claims representative. Payment is made directly from our company to the funeral home, and the remainder, if any, is paid to the beneficiary in a lump sum check. The decision is simple, and your family deserves it. Obtain final expense coverage, which allows you to have the Freedom of Choice certificate. That way, you will help avoid many problems for your loved ones. Today, you can enjoy the tranquility of knowing, in that inevitable moment, there will be peace. If you're giving them the best today, prepare for tomorrow. Leave them only beautiful memories. Love is shown with action.
Okay. So, obviously, as the video mentioned, the average funeral expenses right now are $15,000. But with inflation and everything, the recommended coverage is actually going to be $30,000. Yeah, and obviously, since you don't really have any life insurance or anything, we'd be giving you that full $30,000, as you can see. Now, I know they mentioned the freedom of choice, which I actually have over here. I can show you a little bit. So, here it is.
Okay.
Now, I'm not sure if you've ever had to organize a funeral before. I
No.
hope not.
Mm-mm.
Okay, good. So, let's say that your beneficiary or someone wants to go in with a piece of paper that said $15,000. And they give it to the funeral director and they try to negotiate a cost. How much do you think that funeral director would make you pay? 15,000.
15,000, yeah.
Obviously. Maybe even more. 16, 17,000 sometimes. They're obviously wanting to get that money. So we designed the freedom of choice back in 1951 as a way to protect your assets. So basically what it does is your beneficiary would go in, they'd talk to the funeral director, they would not mention anything about how much they have or how much that their insurance is covering, right? And they just basically negotiate a price. Say they managed to negotiate $10,000. They just go back out to the car, they get the freedom of choice, they flip it over on the back, fill that out, bring it back on into the funeral director, and the funeral director will call the number that's on the freedom of choice, and then they'll get that check to them.
Okay.
And then obviously the funeral director only needed $10,000, so that remaining $20,000 would actually go to your beneficiary in the form of a check in the mail. It'd give or take a few weeks.
Okay.
They'd still get that money. Now, we're actually the only company that pays out so quickly. Most companies in the state of Texas actually have up to 140 days to pay out. So that you could be waiting a long time, and a lot of the time that you'll just have to pay it off and then get reimbursed for it, basically. But since we work with firefighters, policemen, all the people who lay their lives down for us every day, we do actually pay out within 24 to 48 hours. We're one of the only companies that pays without having to see the death benefit first. Now, that being said, we will still need to see the death certificate, but that's just not going to be immediately. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Excellent. So I'm sure you can see the importance that this would have for your family.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. And why does that make sense to you? Why do you think it's important?
Because that's a lot of money to put on my mother, and I don't know if she'd be able to pay that.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. All right, perfect. So we'll go ahead. We'll move right on along. The next gap that they found in your coverage is actually going to be the monthly income protection. So let me go ahead and ask you, if you were to die today, would your mom be able to pay everything? I know you mentioned if you were to die, your child would go to your mother. So would she be able to pay for everything without your income for Tyler?
Probably not as well, no.
No. Yeah, and I'm sure it'd be a little tough on them. So basically, what I'm going to show you next is how this program is going to be able to protect your income, or the income that you had.
Okay.
Perfect.
Your paycheck is the economic heartbeat of your family. It pays your rent, utilities, car payment, medical insurance, groceries, incidentals, leisure. Most families take this for granted until it stops. It is an economic heart attack. AIL's Income Protection Program, funded by Term Insurance, keeps your income flowing, which keeps economic life in the family. Our recommendation is that you provide up to 5 years of income replacement to take care of your family after you're gone, which would give your spouse and loved ones time to adjust to their loss, both emotionally and financially. If you died tomorrow, wouldn't you want your loved ones to know that you were thinking of them today?
Okay, perfect. So, this is about what the program would pay out. So, all that money that you got, they would be able to cover that for 3 years, which would be around $36,000. Now, basically, if anything were to happen to you, what would happen was that your beneficiary, I'm going to go ahead and assume it's your mother in this case as well,
Right.
she would get either a monthly check for about as much as your income was, or an immediate lump sum, basically to cover and make sure that nothing changes for Tyler when they're adjusting to their new life with your mother. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Excellent. And it's 10-year renewable and convertible. So once that 10-year term comes up, you can renew it or convert it even into your whole life. Basically, that's just to make sure, because a lot can happen in 10 years. Like you said, right now you currently don't have a job, so your income may change pretty quickly on. And I know since you're in school, you might have a bigger income. So I'm sure, if anything were to happen to it, you'd want to change it and adjust it to make sure that everything just sort of stays the same.
Right.
Right. Perfect. Does everything make sense so far?
Yes.
Perfect. And why does this benefit make sense to you?
Because monthly expenses can get pretty high, and my mom doesn't need that extra burden on her.
Yeah, that makes sense. And, obviously, with a child, it's even more money. It's so crazy. They're so lovely, though.
They are.
Okay. So this one is going to be your children's education protection. I'm actually going to let the video explain a lot of it. It's really eye-opening. Okay.
Okay.
As parents, you hope to see your children go to college. You know the difference a college degree could make in your children's future earning potential. But if you died and your income was no longer there to help your children with their future education, how would they afford to go to college? Your unexpected death could mean your children won't be able to afford a college education. They could miss out on this opportunity and a lifetime of extra earnings. An accident can happen to anyone, at any time, and in any place. No matter what your age or circumstances, you or a family member could be a victim. It is also troubling how frequently an accident takes the life of someone. Protect your child's education in the event of your accidental death. Have you considered how expensive your child's college education will be? The total average cost of a college education continues to rise, no matter if your child plans to attend a 2-year college, a 4-year university, or obtain a postgraduate degree. If the price of sending a child to college increased at its current rate annually for the next 10 years, the cost of a college education could seem out of reach. How will your child pay for college if you aren't there? And what will it cost your children and their children if each generation of their family can't afford to earn a college degree? According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, nearly $1.5 million over their lifetime of earnings. What would it be worth to you to give your child $1.5 million of earning potential over their lifetime? You can easily see the true value of your child's education in total lifetime earnings. Even in tough economic times, the rate of unemployment for individuals with a bachelor's degree or higher is about half the rate of unemployment for those with only a high school diploma. You can make plans now to ensure your child can afford to attend college if you aren't there to help pay for it. Don't let them miss out on the opportunity for a lifetime of extra earnings to provide for their families.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right. So, since we didn't really have anything saved up for Tyler,
Mhm.
the program came up with $77,760.
Mhm.
So basically, what that is that if you were to die in an accident, as they mentioned, your child would still be able to get that money to pay for college or what they're going to be doing with their life. So the really nice thing about this is that we pay to the person and not a place. So even if, say, they get a scholarship or something happens to where they don't really go to college, they would still have that money so they can pay for rent or a car or whatever they might need. Which I don't know, that's just my favorite part about that. Now, another really cool thing about this is that it also has a child rider on that, which basically means that you'll have $10,000 in the event that something happens to your child, that you'll have $10,000 going to you to help bury your child. Yeah, I know it's a little heavy, but the really cool thing about that is once they hit 21 and everything is so good, that's actually going to be able to be multiplied by 5. So you get 50,000 in a whole life. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Excellent. And why does that make sense to you? Just the child education.
Because, with how fast the prices are rising, it's a no-brainer, really.
Yeah, honestly. Perfect. So, let me just go ahead and help this along for a sec. All right. So if everything makes sense to you so far, we'd be protecting your final expenses. We would be protecting your income, and then even your children's education would be covered.
Okay.
So if all that makes sense and we're ready to go, we are taking a very important step towards protecting your family and protecting everything so they can still have a good life even if you're gone.
Okay.
Now, they actually give me 2 options. The first option is to protect for inflation. And then the second one is going to still cover everything. It's just going to have a little less for inflation. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So there's option A, which is down over here.
That's the prices.
Yes, these are the prices. So $56.25. And then there's $41.80.
Both of those are a little expensive for me right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad you mentioned that because obviously we don't want to take food off the table for you. And the really cool thing about this is that it's not really the money that qualifies you. It's actually your health. So a lot of people would be paying a lot more for these benefits if they could only afford it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to adjust that a little bit. Calculate. Perfect. All right. So I went ahead, I put it down the the income protection for 1 year, and then I brought it down just a little bit, $48.73 or $34.28. Does that feel a little more comfortable?
34 is not bad.
34 is not bad. Okay. It's not going to take any food off the table.
I don't think so. No.
Okay, perfect. So we'll go ahead. We'll get started with that then. Okay.